So you want to use ManyChat within your social media strategy, but I don't want you to be like everybody else who's just using it to sell. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways you can use ManyChat within your strategy that aren't just sending people links. Welcome back to the Live Like Mad YouTube channel. I'm Maddie Boubet, the founder, and I am on a mission to help online business owners turn their followers into actual leads and dollar signs for their business through their social media strategy and ManyChat automations. Before we get into today's video, you know it's about ManyChat, so I am just going to get ahead of it. I know, because anytime I post on TikTok, this happens. One of you is going to leave a comment about how spammy ManyChat is. You might have even gotten the comments. And here's what I'm going to say about it. If you want to add ManyChat to your strategy, you have to understand that people are going to have this preconceived notion that it's spammy or annoying or whatever. So our job is to say, okay, I take your "it's spammy" comment and I raise you a more creative way that I'm using ManyChat to not only make my life easier, get more leads, get more sales, but also make it an incredible UX experience for my audience. So that's what sort of inspired today's video, because I was so sick of people being like, it's annoying, I hate it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yes, if you are just using ManyChat to DM people links to your paid products, it is gonna be annoying. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it as a consumer. But if you can be creative and find ways to nurture and learn more and excite your audience, like that's a win in my book. And that is how I like to work with my one-on-one clients. So today I'm spilling a little bit of the behind the scenes because I want you to have better automations, if I'm being so frank. Idea number 1, creating a gamified giveaway. So instead of sort of doing the traditional like tag a friend and make sure you're following and like this post, which in my opinion is just a very quick follower like spike. And oftentimes I've noticed that after you do a giveaway like that, once you announce the giveaway winner, a good chunk of those people who just followed you because of the giveaway unfollow you. We got to rethink this giveaway structure. So I like to host a gamified giveaway through a ManyChat automation where we're also likely going to be asking for their email so that way we can send them their prize or whatever it is. So I typically will do a randomizer and have a certain percentage, like the smaller percentage, of course, win maybe a free digital product. And then the larger majority of the group going through the flow, I'll give either like a discount code or maybe a bonus or guide that isn't readily available on my website. I've done this a few times with clients, and every single time the audience reaction is like, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, like I love this. So it gets a lot of positive reception. And I love the fact that you are able to host a giveaway, which is sort of like a give back for your audience, and also use it to generate leads and grab emails and not just see like a very quick flash in the pan spike in followers. I think this is a really cool, creative way to utilize it that I haven't seen a ton of people doing. So if you give this a try, you might be ahead of everyone else. Okay, number 2 is to set up resource flows. So if you are someone who has an extensive back catalog of content, you have a lot of podcast episodes, you have a lot of blog posts, you have a lot of YouTube videos, resource flows are a great way to nurture your audience. So I'm going to use my own business as an example. Let's say someone opts into my free introduction to ManyChat guide. So I send them that guide. I've gotten their email. I'm like, here you go. Here's your guide. Done. Instead of letting the conversation die there or immediately following up with like, oh, now do you want to buy my like low ticket offer? Like, here it is, blah, blah, blah. Instead, I want to send them through a resource flow. So I might follow up with them 10 minutes later after that like initial message of delivering the lead magnet and say, hey, I noticed you might be newer on your ManyChat journey. I just wanted to send over a few more resources that you might find helpful. And maybe I'll link to this YouTube video. Maybe I'll send them to a podcast that I guested on. This is a great way to build trust with that person, because instead of just trying to make the quick dollar, it feels like I'm going out of my way to be extra beneficial and help them see me as an authority figure in my space. So that way, down the line, when I do present like, oh, here's a paid offer I've built a lot of trust with them. They've seen my work in other capacities, and they're going to be way more likely to actually follow through and purchase and want to learn from me. Plus, the other benefit of resource flows is if you are someone who has created so much content, you can really get more out of it and increase the longevity of people learning from and experiencing and enjoying that content. Because let's be real, nothing is worse than like making a YouTube video and being like, okay, great, like 400 people saw it, wish it was more. This is a great way to get more views on that content. The final way to get a little bit more creative with your ManyChat automations and not just send people links is to gather Q&A questions. I got this idea when I was working with a client because they are in a space where they get asked for a lot of recommendations. So, what's the product you recommend for X? Or what are your thoughts on this brand? That kind of thing. And they were just getting bombarded with questions in their DMs. So we wanted to figure out a way where we could make it a little bit more streamlined and easier for their team on the back end. So we created what I call like a Q&A flow. So once a week, they hop on stories and they say, hey, it's time to submit your Q&A question for the week. And so people DM them Q&A, and then it sends them through a flow that's like, okay, amazing, what question do you have? It captures their question. It's like, do you have another question or are you good? They maybe submit a second question, and then we follow it up with, okay, amazing, like your question's been captured. Be sure you're on our email list because that's where we're going to be answering these questions. So it's another opportunity for lead gen. And now the best part is that all of those questions that were captured are being sent to a Google Sheet. So their team no longer has to comb through DMs. They can basically just open the Q&A spreadsheet and organize their questions submitted from there. So there's really 3 key benefits here. Number 1, we've streamlined it for your team. So you're saving so much time and energy. Like you're no longer having to dig through DMs, all of that. Number 2, for your audience, it feels like they're playing a part in the content you're creating. They're getting their questions answered. They know also like routinely when they get to submit their questions. And then finally, it's another way to generate leads from your Instagram. So instead of doing a generic like, hey, make sure you're on our email list, instead, it's like if you want the question you submitted to be answered and you want to see that answer, make sure you're on my email list. So it gives them a little bit more incentive to do so. I'm really excited about this automation because there are definitely other cool ways I can build it out for different clients and businesses. I feel like I've only scratched the surface there, but I think it's a really cool way to sort of involve your audience. Okay, those are just 3 examples of things you can do in ManyChat that aren't just sending people links. Before I kind of wrap this up, I just want to say, if you are watching this and you are thinking to yourself, I need this, I need to work with you, I'm going to put my email up here. Send me an email. I have a variety of different ways I work with clients. I'm not going to break it down on this video, but if you're sort of like, wow, I could use your brain in my business, let's connect because that could be the case. But the last thing I want to say is, what do all of these automations have in common? They all are serving your community. I think when ManyChat was first introduced, so many businesses and business owners just had dollar signs in their eyes because it was like, oh, amazing, I don't have to tell people to like click the link in my bio anymore. It's streamlined, like it's so much better. And in that, I think we lost sight of what is it like as a consumer to constantly be like, DM this word, comment this word, like that kind of thing. So I really encourage you, as you are exploring what ManyChat looks like added to your strategy, how you want to introduce it, to really keep community and your audience top of mind. Because I have found in working with a variety of different clients that really run the spectrum of audience size, when we got clever or we got specific about that goal we were looking to achieve, That's when we saw our most successful automations. Keep that in the back of your mind. If you have any ManyChat questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and you can see it back here. I have a vision board and the YouTube plaque is on the vision board. So if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe, help me reach and achieve that thing on my vision board. Like this video and stay tuned for next week's.